Top officials in the previous BN administration agreed to shred the original copies of the 1MDB audit report after removing 4 items from the document to avoid confusion and take care of national interest. This is according to an audio recording played in the High Court of a coordination meeting on February 24, 2016. It was chaired by then Chief Secretary to the government, Tan Sri Ali Hamzah. Ali told the court today that the meeting also included then Auditor General Tan Sri Amrin Buang, Datuk Sri Najib Razak's then Chief Private Secretary Tan Sri Shukri Muhammad Saleh, then MOF Deputy Secgen Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Isa Hussein, and 1MDB CEO Arul Kanda Kandasamy. The items to be deleted included a portion which indicated Najib had failed to inform the cabinet that he had agreed to delay TIA's 5 billion ringgit bond issuance after meeting with the then Yang di-Pertuan Agong Tuanku Mizan Zainal Abidin. Amrin is also heard saying in the audio recording that while he agreed to remove this portion, he wanted to put on record that he was unhappy with some of the proposed edits. The East Coast Economic Region has secured 7 billion ringgit in committed investments, comprising 36 projects year to date, which are expected to create more than 5,700 job opportunities. Citing the East Coast Economic Region Development Council, Bernama reports the ECER has maintained a good momentum in attracting investments towards meeting the Council's 2025 cumulative target of 70 billion ringgit. Of the 7 billion ringgit investments, 4.3 billion ringgit will be realised in ECER's existing industrial parks, largely concentrated in areas with integrated infrastructure and utilities. FDI made up 73% of the committed investments. Manufacturing is the dominant sector, representing 39% of new projects, followed by tourism and agribusiness at 25% each. Meanwhile, the total value of investments realised in 2019 was 8.8 billion ringgit from 72 projects, 60% of which came from manufacturing. Pharmaniaga saw a 97% plunge in third quarter net profit to 481,000 ringgit as operating expenses rose thanks to non-recurring expenses. Revenue, however, rose 22% to 716.9 million ringgit on the back of stronger demand from both its concession and non-concession businesses. Looking ahead, MD Datuk Farshila Imran says earnings will be further affected due to higher amortization of the Pharmacy Hospital Information System. Still, the group remains optimistic on long-term prospects, particularly given the extension by the Ministry of Health for it to continue providing medicines and medical supplies, as well as logistics and distribution services. In the interim, Farshila says Pharmaniaga remains focused on strengthening its capabilities and operational efficiencies to meet the healthcare needs of both domestic and overseas markets. Malakoff Corp says third quarter earnings climbed by 13% to 94.5 million ringgit as it incurred lower tax expenses during the period. In contrast, revenue shrank by 3% to 1.86 billion ringgit due to lower energy payments from its Tanjung Bin power coal plant. This was given the lower dispatch factor following its scheduled maintenance outage between August and October. Moving forward, the group says it will continue to focus on enhancing the efficiency and reliability of its assets. To this end, its Tanjung Bin energy plant undertook a 73-day scheduled outage in the first half of 2019, and its unscheduled outage rate has now been cut to below 6%. Malakoff expects its overall performance to remain satisfactory for the financial year ending December 31st, 2019. WCT Holdings and its Chinese JV partner, China Communications and Construction Group, will be launching the first residential project at the Tun Razak Exchange next Monday. Core Residence at TRX is a high-end freehold property developed by JV company Core Precious Development on a 1.65-acre land in the Kuala Lumpur International Financial District. Featuring 3 serviced residence towers, the project has an estimated GDV of 1.4 billion ringgit and is scheduled to be completed by early 2024. Core Precious is 20% owned by WCT and 80% by CCCG. In January this year, during the groundbreaking ceremony, TRX City Chief Executive Officer Dato Azma Talib had said he is confident that when the building is completed, it will set a new benchmark of sustainable urban living in Kuala Lumpur.